Good evening, everybody. You stand with me. Councilman Ray, would you please?
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you once again for bringing us together. We thank your arms around us. Bless us in all we undertake to do in righteous. Look on the city of Jacksonville and bless us, Lord, and all we undertake to do in righteous, and make a decision for you and the families and friends who visit our city of Jacksonville. In the Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. Amen. And the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Welcome to the July 17th regularly scheduled meeting of Jacksonville City Council. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Here.
Rubel.
Here.
Cleary. McCoy.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
LeBron.
Here.
Moss.
Here.
Twitty.
Here.
Kinman.
Here.
Kemp. Mims.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone present, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Before you, you have the minutes from our July 3rd meeting. If you would be reviewing those for approval at our next council meeting. But at this point in time, entertain a motion to accept our minutes from the June 5th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and multiple seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? You have the consent agenda as presented in your packet. Entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Consent agenda in its entirety.
We have motion and a second, Councilmember Cleary. All in favor of accepting that the consent agenda, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Moving on down into general business. First item is the second reading of ordinance 1792, dissolving of the Jacksonville Historic District Commission. So entertain a motion to place ordinance 1792 on second reading. Roll call, or excuse me, an ordinance motion to place it on second reading.
Make a motion to accept it on second reading.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Nay.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary.
Is this just?
McCoy.
Nay.
Ray.
Nay.
LeBron.
Nay.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
I need clarification. Is this just to read this?
This is to place the ordinance on second reading, yes.
Okay, no.
Kinman.
Yes.
Mims.
Aye.
Wow.
Why does it fail? It's tied.
Well, then it take 2/3.
No, this is just supposed to second reading. This is just reading, so yes. Yes, absolutely. Correct.
I can't hear you.
So, yes, it is a tie between, it's 5-5, so I break the tie. I can only vote in the affirmative, so yes, I'm placing ordinance 1792 on the second reading. So, discussion, or,
Ordinance number 1792, an ordinance dissolving the Jacksonville Historic District Commission, repealing Chapter 2.26 of the Jacksonville Municipal Code, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
so discussion, questions, comments?
I think a lot of people are just really confused on what's going on here. So if we could maybe explain it, it had to be explained to me also, that we're not dissolving the historical museum, we are dissolving the commission as it stands. Am I correct in that?
That is correct. This is the dissolving of the commission, which is separate from the Jacksonville Historical Society. That is an official 501c3 board of directors, stands on its own. That has been in place the whole time with the time of the commission. The commission has not operated in its proper function. And so this is just removing it. The society, the district society stays in place. we have no oversight over them. They are their own entity. And so this is just ending the commission, which reports to the city. That is all this is.
Ending the legal liability of the city as well?
Yes. So the board of directors that operates the historical society is still intact. It's their baby to do with what they want. This is just removing the commission because you have had the society and the commission together at the same time. So that is all that this is.
Now, y'all, may I?
Yes, sir, Councilman.
Now,
Moran.
y'all recall from last time now, the thing it is, you're gonna dissolve the thing and sell the building.
There is.
And you was gonna put the memo out that all the artifacts that was there, the people could pick them up. Did I not hear you say that? I'm looking in the minutes to see if I found that. And that means that you was gonna dissolve the whole thing.
The museum, the actual museum was ended in August of last year. They've been closed for 11 months now. So that is not anything that is new. And we are not going through, and there's rumor going around that has been spread that I am going to throw away all the artifacts in 2 days. And I don't know where that has come from. This has nothing to do with it. If that were the case, I've had 11 months to do it. And that is not what's going on. Anybody who has anything there that is a personal possession of theirs can go get it at any point in time. They just have to ask to be let into the building because of the keys, the locks being changed on the doors. But anybody can do that. The historic society / district can do another museum. They can do anything they want. It is their organization. It is just that location, that building is not on the table. That was taken away a year ago. But I think that's where the confusion is this has nothing to do with the museum. This is just a commission that was non-functioning. So that is all this is. It's a separate issue altogether.
I see.
The historic society is still in force.
Yes, still there. So.
But without the building.
Right. The building was not the society. The society exists. With or without it, but the society existed before they ever created a museum. And so the museum was their child, was their baby that they birthed. That was not the commission. The commission came around years after that. So it is just a removal of city oversight over top of the society, by not being a commission.
So, Mayor,
Mhm.
the commission can form back up with a new board and new members and start up. It just won't have the backing of this.
No, that would not be it. That would not be the commission. Like I said, their board, the society, and this is why it's so confusing because, in all honesty, truthfully, there should have never been a commission formed in the first place. There was no need for it because of the way that the society functioned and their bylaws and everything that they do. They did not need city oversight to operate. And so all this is doing is removing that. Yes, sir, Councilmember Ray.
Instead of dissolving it with what you're saying, why can't we just go back and reorganize the commission? And not that the city of Jacksonville say that we resolving the commission, because everybody thinks that we thrown away the whole thing. Let us sit down and reorganize the commission instead of using the word dissolve. Let the city of Jacksonville sit down with some directors to reorganize it, then come back to the city council and say we're gonna redirect that instead of doing the dissolving the thing.
Well,
Because when dissolving the thing, that's taken away from the city of Jacksonville, I think. But that's when you say dissolve. See, I don't really say you're doing the commission, but when you dissolve the thing, that means you're doing away with it.
That's exactly right. We
Right,
are
when you
doing
do
away with
the
it.
commission. You saying it wasn't legal at first, but
I didn't say it wasn't.
operated.
No, I didn't say it wasn't legal. They never operated as they were supposed to. They have to have public meetings. They have to have records, minutes from their meetings. They have to have all financials turned in to their city finance office. None of this was happening, and so that's part of the issue of this whole thing. Like I said, they can still function as their own society. It just does not have to be a part of the city government. They're two separate issues. But you had both of these who were trying to do the same thing. It was like competing groups, and one is not dependent upon the other. They are still, and it gives them actually more freedom to be able to do what they want. So,
And at one point in time,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes, ma'am.
our city attorney, I want to say the records were FOIA'd, but nothing's ever been received to the city from the records that were requested.
Correct, the financial information, FOIA request was sent multiple times, haven't received anything.
The only thing I'm asking is, do not dissolve the commission. Give the commission time, give us time to reorganize the historic district. Give us time to reorganize, don't use the word dissolve. I'm thinking dissolve is just tearing everybody. I think the word should be reorganized, that's what I think it should be. And then bring it back to the city council, then go from there.
and I would ask this, Councilmember Wright, because you already have an organization that's doing that, for what purpose would that serve? You're creating overlapping entities again that are to do the same
It's gonna
thing.
be legal, that's one.
It's legal the other way. In fact, they are actually a state-sanctioned organization. And they are a 501c3.
Yes.
And so, but that's not dependent upon the city, that was not the commission. The commission was not a 501c3. The Historical Society, what former Councilmember Mashburn had created years ago is what we are talking about. That is not the commission. This still allows them to function as they have been, as they want to and want to continue to function. And they still get to operate. It is just not a part of us. We can't tell them what to do. We don't have commission members controlling them. It is allowing their board to dictate the decisions and so forth that they want to do. That's all that it is.
Mr. Chair, I think
Yes.
one of the questions that we're having is, what happens to the building if the commission is dissolved? I think that's a question that some of the council members in the community is asking is, what happens to the building?
Well, once again, the building has nothing to do with the commission. They are separate entities. The commission never had oversight of the building. The building is property of the Jacksonville city government. And the building, we're not exactly sure yet. It will probably end up being sold as we try to thin out certain city properties. But either way, the historical museum is not going back into that facility. No matter what happens with this commission, it is not going back there. So
Mr.
they are
Mayor.
free to do whatever to locate another location and so forth. Like I said, we do not have oversight over that. That is the Historical Society.
So there was never a contract with the city of Jacksonville with them at all? There
No.
was never a contract? The $1 a year that was supposed to be paid was?
There was never a lease signed between the
I
city
spoke,
and that organization.
and I thought the gentleman was here tonight, but I don't see him in the crowd, and he is, I think, the new person over it, and he told me
No,
just,
the person over it is Robin Wakefield. She is the CEO
Okay.
acting of the.
well, I talked to
Historical
Jerry
Society.
Sanders, and he is wanting the city to have no part of it. He just wants more time to get their stuff out of there, which
Mhm.
they've had 11 months to do, but he needs to have a key, which he has had a key, or somebody's had a key because they've been moving stuff. Am I correct in that?
No, there's not the only keys are with the city of Jacksonville.
Right.
Parks and
But
Rec
has there been
and
any
maintenance.
members in there getting their stuff out?
Yes, there
Are
have been
you
people who-
stopping anybody from
No,
going in there and getting their stuff
There have
out?
been people working in there for the past 11 months cleaning. They've allowed people to come in, supervise, not just on their own, but with a representative of what was the historical district or society, to come in and get stuff that did not, there were items that were given to the museum, those items stay with it. There were items that were on loan from individuals within the city. Those people have chosen, if they wanted to go get their items that were on loan. So, that's all that is.
Mayor, since it's been brought up by Dr. Moss about the building, if the building's going to be sold, so the Historical Museum could have first right of refusal to purchase it?
That could possibly, yes. Maybe.
But if they want to purchase it, then they would be able to.
There is the possibility of that. There is an individual who has made an offer on the building, but that was also months ago and was not accepted. So, just in all transparency. So there has been no other communication with them on that.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
My last plea is, do not pass this ordinance. Let this commission, let us reorganize the Historic District Commission and bring it back to the city council. End of my speech.
Well, right now, we have, oh, excuse me, no, we don't. We're at the point of, any other questions or comments?
Can you clarify what he just said, though? We're not dissolving that organization, right?
No, this
We're
is.
dissolving the liability of the
No,
city?
we are, this is to dissolve or to get rid of the Jacksonville Historical District Commission. Just think, commission, that is the word, commission. So,
Whatever you use, when you use the word dissolve, all those people who lent their artifacts there, they're gonna come back and get them, because they said, you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna lose our stuff.
no, that doesn't have anything to do with the Councilmember Ray.
So this effectively does not change how the society is running. This is an administrative issue. This doesn't change how the society runs or the future of the museum. It really has no impact on the historical society.
Again, I'm saying, let's not pass this, let's reorganize this, and then bring it
We're
back.
already reorganizing it.
Any other discussion? If not, entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1792 on second reading, suspend the rules and place on third reading.
So moved.
A motion? Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Abstain.
You have a conflict of interest? Ray.
No.
LeBron.
No.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman. Mims.
Aye.
Okay. 7-3, that's 2/3. All right, then, that passes. So entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1792 on third and final reading, suspend the rules and place on third and, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1792 on third reading and suspend the rules. No, never mind. On place it on third reading, that's it. Yeah, to approve and adopt. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy. Ray.
No.
LeBron.
No.
Moss.
Nay.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman. Mims.
Aye.
6.
Okay. All right, 1792 is adopted and approved.
No emergency clause needed.
No emergency clause. All right, next item on the agenda is presentation at-large voting. Councilmember McCoy, would you like to make the introduction?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So last year, those of us who sat in a forum back in September, there was a question to us about at-large voting in the city of Jacksonville. So I felt today would be a good day for us to just be more informed, gain some education around this. So we have with us tonight Mr. former council member Terry Sansing and Mr. Steve Grapp. If you'll come forward, please.
Good evening, gentlemen. If y'all, come have a seat and introduce yourselves to the council, please.
My name is Terry Sanson. I'm pretty sure all of you know who. I do consider you all my friends.
Hi, y'all. My name is Steve Grapp. I'm with Stand Up Arkansas. I grew up in Jacksonville, and I work with the Jacksonville branch of the NAACP. I'm the political action co-chair there.
Well, the floor is yours.
Pardon me?
The floor is yours.
All right.
what I'm here is I want to talk to you about opening your mind up to some possibilities. Many of you know when I was on the city council, I was as staunch against ward voting as they came. One day during a discussion with Reginald Ford, and I might add, he was not trying to change my mind, he made some comments that had been, repeated some comments that had been made to him by some people that made me decide on my own to change my mind. So I'm hoping to talk to you, to open your minds up from stuff. Maybe y'all can decide to change, some of you change your minds. One of the things that happens with the at-large voting that has in the past, some people won their ward but did not get on the council because the city at large had enough numbers to vote against them. So the people in their ward wanted them for representation, yet they didn't get them as representation because of the at-large voting. Another thing that came up for discussion was a lady was asked about some of the signs in her yard, and she had no idea who the people were. A friend of her had asked her to put the sign up, and they talking to her about the signs, and she didn't know which ones were for her ward or where they were from. And this is not really a good way to have a representative form of government, but the constituents not knowing who the people are that they're voting for. Now, I've been thinking about some things. When you run at large, you've got to work the entire city. An incumbent has a great advantage over somebody coming in new because he is already pretty well, he or she is pretty well known throughout the city. The name is known. And the incumbent has to fight really hard to get the person running against the incumbent has to fight real hard to get their name known. So there are different ways that you can look at this. I know a lot of you are just, well, we're used to this. This is the way it's always been done. Jacksonville is a conservative town. Council, when I was on it, and I was too, just conservative minded. This is the way it had been done. Let's keep doing it this way. But there are other ways to do it. There are ways that I know that's been talked about. If y'all decide to go with a different system, y'all don't have to go at large all at once. There is a way that y'all can decide to have one seat at large and one seat ward only. That way you get to see how it's working for the city and for the other representation. All I want you to do is understand we are not against the city council. We're just like y'all. We're for the constituents. We want the people to be able to vote for who they want to and to know, that's the big word, to know who their representative is and who they are voting for. But I know that it's a big step. That's why I say think about it, possibly consider going one seat at large, one seat by ward. See how it works. Give it a test. Get your feet in the water. Think about it. I don't really think anybody on the council here is going to be in much jeopardy. And I do not see anybody fighting only for their ward and not for the entire city. I think that the people of this council or anybody that would run for this council, whether they were elected by ward only or whether they were elected at large, they're going to work for the entire city. They're going to do what's best for the entire city because the city is one really big family. We just like the people to be able to know who they're putting in the seats on the city council. And then I'm going to turn it over for a more formal presentation. I just talking to y'all from my heart because y'all are my friends. I want y'all to know what I know.
Thank you, Councilman Sansing. I'll talk from my heart too. Y'all, I have a presentation. I don't know how we get that going. Oh, is that there? Yeah. I'll move over there.
There's a mic over there.
There we go. I'll leave that with you in case you want to correct me, buddy. And I won't keep y'all here long. I won't like get up here and give a 45-minute presentation. I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes. Yeah. I titled this "A City That Raised Me," and I've got to know several of y'all either through the forum we've had or working with the NAACP and or just around town at our different festivals and stuff. I've got a little farm up the road. I don't live here now. My wife and I will live back here. This is where we're going to retire. And I got a long history here. And I've been working with the NAACP for the last about 3 years since we were doing the referendums and stuff for like the LEARNS Act. And I came back home and I got to working with people. And now I'm just the hometown kid that my branch gave me an assignment. So we're here with the assignment. Let me figure out how we're going to move these. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. We all know I'm not going to try to tell you how to do your job. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not even here to try to influence you one way or the other, though I hope that we do influence you one way or the other. I'm really here, and anytime I give a presentation or try to figure something out, I'll look at it in a system of why. That's the first thing I always do. Why are we here? Why am I here? Why are we looking at this? Then you go to how. Once we all can agree on why, and we all can agree that there is something we need to do, then we got to figure out how to do it to get to what. And Councilman Sansing was talking about there's all kinds of ways you can do this. You can do it two at large and all ward, or half and half, or I'm not here to talk to y'all about that or timelines or anything else. I just want to let y'all know what the differences are. I have the nonprofit I have, Stand Up Arkansas. The mission is to improve civic engagement. So in the city, or in the state of Arkansas, we are 51st in the country in civic engagement. There's what's called a Civic Engagement Index, and when you include Washington, D.C., we're last. And that takes into consideration number of voters that are registered, people who do vote, people who get involved in local elections. We're the worst. And Jacksonville is about 15% lower than the state average. So we've been looking at how do we get more people involved? How do we get more people running for office? How do we get more people coming out to vote and registering to vote in all of our neighborhoods? So then we went out and I actually got a fund or a grant, and I'm working within the city of Jacksonville to increase civic engagement. That's my whole mission. We've got students here that we're working with, and I'm excited to see what they're doing. But y'all, when we start studying some of the stuff that's going on in Jacksonville, there's some real big discrepancies. In the last election, Stonewall, Foxwood, and Stonewall East, those three neighborhoods accounted for 54% of all votes. Let that sink in. That means the people in those three neighborhoods decides every ward's council person. And, and there's all kinds of stuff, Ward 5, there's about a 20 to 25% difference in voting between 5 and 2, consistently. Y'all know that. We all know that. And there are areas of the city that hasn't had a council person in at least 5 cycles. So we have people in town that are not getting represented. Well, when we do studies on how to get more people involved, the first thing everybody says, my vote doesn't matter. Y'all have heard it, right? My voice doesn't matter. No one hears me. Because they don't know, and I'm not saying in Jacksonville, that's just generally, they don't know who to go to. They don't feel like their voice makes a difference. And then when you get to at-large voting, and it's not just Jacksonville, we're studying this all across the country. When you get to at-large voting, it puts that rights away even more. And it's already been mentioned, and we'll talk about winning your ward and losing the election. But at-large voting is, by and large, against the people within their own ward. Because in Jacksonville, we have 29,000 plus people. About 24,000 are eligible to vote. But we have many wards that are less than 50% voting. Move it back. Yeah, there you, oh, that's much better. We have several wards where we don't have nearly the people voting. And when you go to a ward-based system, again, I got our pieces of pie. When you get a ward-based system, everybody's piece of the pie, they can get a bite of. Because they don't have to worry about influencing people in parts of the city they don't know. So that's, you know, when you look at ward. So there's some challenges and some things that change. And we'll go, I don't want to read through this, but the big thing is, y'all can read it. The big thing is, right now, for each of y'all to run, you've got to get out the vote to 29,000 people. No matter where you live, no matter what your income, no matter what your neighborhood's socioeconomic level is, you got to get the word out to 29,000 people. And on average, you need at least $10,000 to get texts and emails and whatever out. We have 10 wards, or 10 council people. Let's say we had 10 wards. Now that's going way out there. Then you're only having to get to 3,000 people. You can knock on 3,000 doors. I've knocked on 3,000 doors in a couple of weekends. Or if you had 2, that's 6,000. That's a lot more doable. Because what you have then is an affordability for somebody to get into the race. They don't have to try to raise the money for everywhere else. And then a big thing we need to talk about is the burden that this places on the voter. There's a burden on the council to try to get your name out to everybody. But that voter, we want informed voters, y'all. We want people that are voting for things that they've thought about, that they've researched, that they know. And it's kind of hard to know 5 different wards worth of council people. And then you have the whole thing of saying, well, if I'm voting for all of them, who's accountable to me? I grew up on 511 Shirley Cove, east side of Jacksonville. And over there does not get the attention as some of the other neighborhoods. We know it. And the people in that neighborhood aren't voting as much either because they don't feel like they're being heard. So what we want to do is find some way to get more people involved in the vote. Let me try to get this going. We're almost done. I want to bring this up. This is just in the last few years. These are the races where they ran in the ward. The people that was supposed to be representing them voted them in office, but they lost the election. If you want people to get involved in civic activities, and you say, hey, my neighborhood voted for this person, but that person is our representative, they say, phooey, I'm not going to do it anymore. And this isn't saying anything about anybody that's on this page. It's not your fault that it works this way. You've done a good job if you've gone out there and gotten the whole city vote. But it's a tough hill to climb. And we want to get more people doing it. So, here's all we got to have. We had the idea. We've been talking about it for years. All it's going to take, this is not a costly endeavor. City of Cabot did it for less than $3,000. They did it in Conway. They've done it in Fayetteville. In Conway, they did it in 2014. And in the next election, they had a record number of people running for election ever in the history. And they also got sidewalks fixed that had been on the docket for 10 years in a lower income part of town. Because more people's voices are being heard. So this is a yes-no vote. It's not a big commission. It's not going to cost, we probably do need to pay the city attorney to make sure the language is right, so there will be a little bit of cost involved, but it's generally less than $3,000. And this is totally within your realm. Now, here's some things to keep in mind. Y'all could do this every 2 years. We would hope you wouldn't. But give this thing a shot. The State General Assembly this last spring passed a new piece of legislation because they know that there's a lot of cities talking about changing from at-large to ward-based. And they literally passed a law that says if you're going to change from at-large to ward-based and your city council is going to vote on it, you have to vote on it and have it filed with the clerk by August 31st for it to take effect for the next election. So you can get that done, guys, but before August 31st. But y'all are on a clock if you want to get it in the next election. And I think the citizens of Jacksonville want it. We have gone into all the wards. We've done petitions. We have petitions signed from every single ward. Senator Jamie Scott, I think, sent a letter today. We've talked to her. She is absolutely on board with getting this and getting more representation of the people, and that's your senator. I'm sure if I talk to Representative Perry, he's going to be on board with it too. We just want y'all to give it a chance. The wards are already drawn. You know, we're not asking to redraw wards. You can elect your representative per ward. There's not a lot of changes. It's not going to be a lot of changes in the voting system, or you can do a blended way. You know, you got a 1-2. You could have one be at large, 2 be ward based. There's a way to get it done. I know y'all are good at this. I saw it happen already today. Get it done. So that's it. We're going to be open for questions. I do want to invite everybody out Saturday. We're going to have a town hall right here in Jacksonville, 2 to 4. We'd hope all of y'all would be there at the Nixon Library. It's informal. We're listening to the people of Jacksonville. That's what this is about. Dr. McCoy has set it up. We want to hear what the people want. So that is it. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll sit back down and we'll take any questions.
Thank you, Steve. Very, very good presentation. I think that that does leave it to us. And what they are talking about when they say we have the 2 ways is a hybrid. That's the way that it would go 1 and 1. I think that's a good and a fair compromise to have one person in each ward that is at large and that other person to be ward selected by their ward. That's something that we can discuss since we're here. What are your thoughts? What are your questions? They're here to answer. I think since we're all here now, this is a good time to have that discussion, to hear your thoughts.
I think if this is something we're going to discuss, are we locked into 1 and 1? Can we do a 4 and 2? I mean, 8, 4 wards and 2 at large. Are there other options we can look at?
Either way, we want to do that. Dr. Moss, to answer your question.
I personally don't feel like it should be left up to us. I think it should be put on the ballot and let the citizens vote on if they want at large or if they want ward chosen. I don't think it should be left up to 10 people up here to make that decision. It should be put on the ballot the next election and let the citizens vote for it.
I'll second that. I agree. Citizens vote. If we're going to pay $3,000 or something, let's get it on for every citizen to vote. It's not us.
It's not.
Right.
First of all, I just want to clarify, there is no cost for us to draft an ordinance and vote on it. So that's not $3,000. That's he's talking about
if you did a study
to the ballot. But anyway, do you have some of the signatures that you've already received? So this isn't us deciding.
Right.
People have actually given their input.
And I think those same people would be willing to put it on the ballot as well. I mean, we're always talking about being transparent up here, and we want to be as transparent as possible with every citizen. Not every citizen is here to see this tonight. Not every citizen's on social media. They don't watch. You've got like 80% of the people that don't even know what's going on up here. So and you did a great job with your presentation, and so did you, Terry, and I appreciate both of y'all. Had some great ideas and great points that, I totally agree with, but I'm kind of with Alderman Kinman here. I think that if we're going to do something like this big, why not put it to the voters and let them decide?
Can I respond?
Sure.
I understand that. Y'all, I'm a ballot initiative guy. That's what I do. I started the Capes referendum. I worked on the education one this last summer. I believe in ballot petitions, ballot initiatives. Here's a couple of things, though. Mm-hmm. If you wait to put it on the ballot, now you're going to have, this can't take place until 28. Mm-hmm. So now we're like 3 or 4 years out. Right. And second, the state of Arkansas has dismantled the initiative system. There were 12 laws passed in this last general election to make the ballot initiative system almost obsolete. They have things like you have to read the whole short title to every person. You have to do all these crazy things. It was intentional to stop the ballot initiative process. And it's going to cost a whole lot more money in the city of Jacksonville. And it may not be the city paying for it, but that money could be used for better things than spending it on this. And y'all, this is, if y'all tried this and the city didn't like it, you can literally reverse it in the next cycle. It's not something that's going to be forever. I think it will be once you do it because the people won't let you change it back. But if you wait and try to do this as a ballot initiative, it's going to divide the city. I have been a part of that because people will organize. And I think it's more about let's work together as a city. And if you want to put it on the ballot, the attorney have to, I'm pretty sure that y'all can put it on the ballot. So if we're going to put it on the ballot.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, years ago, there was only 5 people representing Jacksonville. They got together and said, we need a cross-section of the community to get elected. We added a person to each ward. And the voting at large was for a cross-section of people to get together. There wasn't no dominant wards, no dominant ward. We wanted a cross-section of people to be able to run for the city of Jacksonville and get elected. That's why the city at large was there. And that's why we enlarged the city council, to get a better cross-section of people to get elected. I never would have got elected if I would have been in a ward section. I never would have got elected if I'd have been in just ward session. Because it's not a dominant ward in the city of Jacksonville. Some cities have, but Jacksonville don't have a dominant ward.
Can I ask you a question real quick? What did you say about Cabot when you were?
They've gone through this process also.
And they shot it down several times.
Right, but they've also, no, it's Conway, I'm sorry. Maybe Conway, not Cabot. Conway is the one that is absolutely, they just passed it. Here's the thing, and I understand what you're saying about the whole city voting, and there's not a dominant ward. If you have a ward that doesn't have quite the voter output, let's just say it's Ward 2, okay? And you have lower voter participation in Ward 2, then the people of Ward 2 can never have a say of who their representative is. This is for cities that don't have dominant wards. No, you don't. Yeah,
You still represent your ward.
Get the people out in the
The ward is still drawn.
you're right. Yeah, as far as on paper, you represent the ward. What I was saying is the studies show that when people.
You can put a lot of filibuster in it. That'll make no difference. The forefathers saw fit to try to make a cross-section of the people of Jacksonville to get elected.
Hold on, one second. Could we please cease comments from the gallery, from the congregation, please? So we can have discussion up here between our guest and the members of the council. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I can appreciate all that. I really can. And the system that was created in the United States, you talk about the forefathers, was created to where we can change with the times. And these things are put in place because all the things that the forefathers put in place weren't right. There's a whole lot of amendments that we've made, a whole lot of changes we've made, and this is just the latest in doing better for the people, doing better for what the people want. And we can put it on the ballot. Ballot initiatives do not fail. We put this on the ballot and it's going to win by 65%. I promise you. So you're just prolonging, and then you're going to make people upset. And y'all, again, I'm just delivering the information. I want y'all to do what y'all feel it's the best to do. But I'm just telling you what happens in other cities. And I think we can make a change to make it better. Right now, I think we can all agree we need something better than what we got right now as far as voting. There's just not participation.
But why isn't there participation?
Well, a lot of times they don't feel like they're being represented.
Well, why can't they get involved and come meet me? Why can they not say, this person's running, I want to get to know her, I want to get to know her ideas? They have every opportunity to do that.
Yeah, but really and truly, our system generally works is that you get to know them. And it's kind of hard for a representative to get to know 30,000 people. You would be way easier to get to know 6,000 people.
Well, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter to me if we are ward voting or at-large voting. I'm going to work for the people of Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I get calls from every ward in the city, and I address every issue I've been given.
For sure.
So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
way it goes,
I hope
but-
I would hope everybody would have that attitude. That makes it even better for the people, which is what we're out actually here is for the people. And if they feel like they can get represented from their ward or anybody in the city, hooray! That's
But
awesome.
there's not anyone on this council anyone could not call anyone, the mayor, the city clerk, the city attorney, and get our phone numbers. And they could be contacting us.
And that is true.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that you were up here, because the people who did vote you in here voted you to be their representative and to make certain decisions. So this is a decision that's well within your power to decide. Discuss it amongst yourselves, decide what form you want to do, and go with that. You are entirely within your right to decide how the voting is done in this city, because you have already been voted into office. The people have already put their trust in you. That means they trust the decisions you make.
Correct.
Just be open to embracing something a little bit different. And I'm real sure it doesn't matter, even if you're voted in by a ward, you're still for the city of Jacksonville.
Correct.
You're going to continue to do exactly like you've been doing, exactly like I did all the time. I got more calls outside the ward than in the ward. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter that how you get elected. It's just that you kind of represent the people and do your job. This is just a chance for the people to get a better idea of who they're representatives for and to become involved in the election process.
And in addition to that, we back to the forefathers and when we created this system. When this system was created, it gave the council the option of at-large or ward. That's how the system was developed. Jacksonville just chose at-large. There's many, many, many cities that chose ward-based. So y'all have made that decision. Y'all can change that decision.
And I want to also add here, when we're thinking about, we let the people decide, that's part of what we do as the governing body, them putting us here. If you think of anything else that we do, if someone calls us and then we go and have an ordinance drafted and we vote on that without all the people or maybe a few people deciding, then we are then making a decision for everyone on that one ordinance. It's no different than that. It's if it's no matter what it is, and we can go back and look in just this year alone and look at where did that come from? How did that start? Did we take it to the people and ask them what they thought, or did we do what was in the best interest of the people based on the ones that did come forward? So I think we have to just keep an open mind on what it is that's being asked and not be resistant to change, because change is how we grow. If we do not change, we will fail to continue to grow. And if you don't grow, you die.
I don't think anybody, and I'm maybe speaking out of turn up here, I don't think anybody wants to say we're not willing to make changes. I personally am just saying let the people, all the people, not 10, but all the people of Jacksonville make that decision. Not the ones that are in this room that showed up tonight that knew about it. Most of the people that I know didn't even know this was on the agenda. They don't get on social media. They don't watch this YouTube that we're on or whatever. So let the people have their voice. Let them make the decision if we're going to make a change of their voting rights. Let them make that change.
And I think that when it comes to us notifying the people of agendas, that does sort of fall on council in a sense. To notify your area, everyone, you have a responsibility.
Again, you would have to be on social media to read that. I'm not going to call everybody that I know. I'd be on the phone for
days. Those that you do know that didn't know, maybe there's a conversation, but not to go back and forth about it. I just think that when it comes to engaging the people, we have to take that first step.
I'll be honest, if we go at ward voting, our job would be easy. Our ward is perfect. We have no problems with our ward whatsoever. So, again, I'm fine with whatever is decided by the citizens.
Tonight, this is just a discussion. It's an introductory discussion tonight. And so there is no action being taken tonight. So this is for the council to ponder on, think on, sleep on, pray on, and I'm sure it will be revisited again coming up. I was about, Councilmember Dietz, were you going to say, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there, he was making a motion to adjourn, I'm not to that point yet. Is there a second on that? No second finishing, so that motion's dead due to lack of second. So gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your time and putting into it.
Thank you a lot for your patience with us.
Yes.
I know about getting close to seven.
And I wanted to say thank you to every single one of you that are here today. And I'm Steve Grapp, standuparkansas@gmail.com, 501-690-3824. I would love to talk to every one of you one-on-one. Like, I just want to help inform and get what's best for Jacksonville, and I know that y'all will make the right
And I
decision.
have one more question for you also.
Yes, ma'am.
You talked about this Saturday from 2 to, I'm going to personally be out of town, so I can't make it. I'd love to be there. Are y'all going to do another one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We hope to do one even monthly. We want to get people more involved in the city of Jacksonville, and we want all of the council members to invite your wards too. This is about getting people fired up again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Repeat your number, please.
501-690-3824. Stand Up Arkansas, all one word, @gmail.com.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Y'all have contact.
Moving on into new business and unfinished business, I have one item that I would like to add to the agenda this evening for a appointment to the AMP Commission. So I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules to add an appointment on the agenda. Motion and a second. Does that have to be roll call? Voice. All in favor of that adjustment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? The Jacksonville Advertising Promotion Commission respectfully requests the City Council to approve the appointment of Edgar Adelano from Las Palmas here in Jacksonville to fill the vacant position set to expire March 31st of 2029. Any questions or comments?
Hey, Edgar, can you come up, please?
Edgar, you can just stand up and I think most everybody actually knows Edgar, especially if you've gone to Las Palmas to eat, so.
Yeah.
But, any questions? If not, entertain a motion
So moved.
to appoint Edgar. Motion and a second. Roll call.
It doesn't require.
Oh, never mind, it doesn't. Voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? All right, thank you very much. Welcome to AMP, Edgar. Yes, sir. And now, Councilmember Rudy Ray has a guest he would like to.
Have a concerned citizen, Mr. Townsend would like to come up, Todd, come up and, he has, something to say to the city council about our city.
Okay.
He's
Buddy.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself and please tell us your address, where you live.
Okay, my name's Todd Underwood, 602 Wellham Street.
Right there talking to Mike.
602 Wellham Street. My wife and I, we considered moving because the city, I've had several changes. I live on Wellham Street, like I just I told you. We've had to have some changes because of the flooding, but it floods everywhere in Jacksonville. We know that. I'm pretty sure you've had some discussions about that. 602 Wellham Street. So, but anyways, the reason why we came tonight, we decided we were going to get more involved, but we were concerned about the uncleanliness of Jacksonville, the grass not being cut around the city, the trash around the city. So we were considering moving to a different place, Sherwood, or somewhere where it's a little bit cleaner. So I was wondering why we can't clean our city, why we can't cut the grass, why we can't pick up trash around the city. I don't understand why.
It is not that we don't, because there are people who work for the city, who work hard for the city, and that is their job, our sanitation department, public works, street department, and so forth. They do, and will continue to. Part of the issue is being understaffed, and we do not have all of our spots filled. We are constantly interviewing and looking for people to hire, to come, work with the job for the city, and that would alleviate a lot of that. Also, part of the problem is people not taking personal responsibility and leaving messes, leaving trash, instead of doing the right thing and disposing of it appropriately instead of just throwing out windows of cars and so forth. But, I mean, that doesn't describe
right.
everything, but that is both two sides of it, where there is personal responsibility, and we do need more employees. Those that we have are working. We've got a litter crew of a couple of ladies that take pride in their work,
Right,
and what
okay.
they do.
I understand
But
that.
they just cannot get everywhere. And once again, street and sanitation are limited as to where they can get. If we would have people who would, you see trash, pick it up. Take care of your city, take care of, we're talking wards, take care of your ward. That would go a long way towards keeping Jacksonville.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine. So, another thing to consider, I know the NAACP adopted Graham Street, and they clean up that once a month, once a quarter, a group, trying to get other people, because the city is as good as everyone coming together to help out as they can. And that's something to also consider, considering that we are understaffed. We need the help of everyone pitching, and I sometimes have to pick up trash when I see it around, just being out here at our community center, right? But just wanted to offer that as well, and connecting with them. It may be something to expand to adopt more areas.
And I have a couple, I want to say something to you also, sorry. I can show you after the meeting. I talk weekly to code.
That's what I was going to mention. So is there anything city can the city enforce some things upon the citizens?
Okay.
That
That's what I'm
sort of
getting.
thing.
He has shared, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I was hoping he was going to be here, the officer I talk to weekly. There's two of them I bounce back, because I know they get tired of, I did the Jacksonville Citizens Police Academy, and, you volunteered to be tased. Well, they were going to tase me anyway, because I call them all the time, because I get all these complaints. But they didn't tase me, I ran. But anyway, I'm not standing up there to do that. But anyway, if y'all have not done that, y'all need to, because it's one of the best things ever. But anyway, he shared with me, there's this one home that I have had multiple calls on. This house is very unsafe, not to mention how junky and trashy in the grass. The house is literally falling down. I drove around to the front of it, because I get complaints all the time, because you can see it from the freeway. And so people are, rerouting all the time, and they see that I get this same house all the time. And it's like, I'm frustrated because I keep calling you guys. Why are we not doing anything? Well, I've got a list I can show you after the meeting of all the grass that they have to cut. I mean, it's a long, and then all the citations. So even though I've called on this one particular home multiple times myself, this home has been visited by our code officer about their grass and about the shape of the home and how it's falling down and it's unsafe. There's children running in and out. And anyway, now they've made contact with them. They get their warning, and then they get a citation when they don't do anything to go any further with it. Then, now this particular home has a court date. And so this is like week after week, and I'm calling like, why are y'all not doing anything? Well, there's different steps that they're all taking. The people that we have working for, I had a call on roosters, the animal shelter, the street department. I have grass going down Main Street. Street department, I have homes that are not mowing their grass. They are doing the best that they can with what they have to work with. We are shorthanded. It doesn't help your case at all to say, well, we're shorthanded. That doesn't help you. I understand that. But I have one in my neighborhood. He doesn't mow his grass. Same thing. It's just a step that they have to keep going to, and then they get a court date, and then do they show up for court or do they not? Who knows?
Right.
So it doesn't happen. My phone call that I made 2 weeks ago, that house still hasn't been touched. And then 2 more weeks go by. So it's just it's terrible.
I understand. Trust me, I really do understand. But if we would like the value of our home,
Yeah,
you know, to increase.
yes,
So if the neighborhood is going down, our value is not going to be there.
yes,
That's our concern.
yeah. And I truly understand that.
Thank you for,
Thank you.
for voicing your concern.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, any other new business or old business? If not, I've got one item to share. If y'all wish, we've got a certain council member who is actually turning 85 years old this weekend. And so,
No, you didn't do that to me.
I did that to you. I did. I believe the magic day is Sunday, so Councilman Ray, happy 85th birthday coming up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Reedy. Happy birthday to you.
And with that, we are adjourned. Thank y'all very much.